It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And this one features the Saints' Offensive Player of the Year. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Saints and the Giants, and it's all up next.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoy...
Glad you're with us. It's Blake Groupie to get this one started, and off we go here in New Orleans, taken at the goal line. This across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Jalen Hyatt, his intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. And you look at the Saints defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Dancing to his left. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll look to throw here. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Mixon with a first down carry. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 10 more there and another first down. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
The numbers for Mixon last week: 19 carries, 123 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
From the 22 now, here's second down and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive.
And he's going to go down again. Deron Payne in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Now, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early, because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. They run it again with Cook. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Williams is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Blake Groupie now for the extra point. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Jamal Williams who ended things with a touchdown run. This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's got Slayton on the slant.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Mixing up the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Back to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he's brought down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Jalen Hyatt was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at the Saints defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season has been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end. They need a leader who can put this team, this unit, on his shoulder pads and carry them to the right spots.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. The current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they had that 7 seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. As they've got it as we resume action. On 2nd down, Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The Saints at 7-6, a game over 500 on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They get the home crowd behind them. That means they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. And they go play action. Here's Walker. Completes it to Perry. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. It goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
In motion right, Olave. Oh, a fake on the jet sweep as they run with Cook up the middle.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Now Walker.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Walker now. That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 16. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make...
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
The point after, good by Groupie.
And it's now 14-0. Adoree Jackson on the return.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
And New York set to take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
On 1st and 10, Walker gets this complete to Shaheed.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Walker. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
To throw is Walker.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
New York's offense back out there and set to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Powers through. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps them move the sticks. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 3rd and 2. Read option. This is Gray. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Joe Mixon, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants have got it back to within a score. They go I formation, fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. James Cook running back out now. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Gano for the extra point. Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Cook up the gut. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And working out of the gun here, Walker. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To throw is Walker. Going to throw right side here, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. A first down throw for Walker. Pass incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Walker's throw complete there to Perry. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Walker. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Walker. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Cook. He's got it off the draw. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there. And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. You look at the numbers on the year, up over 1,100 yards now, and the last drive had a touchdown as well. Everybody offensively just seems to be in cohesion, don't they? They do, and when you look at this rushing total, and you know at the end of the year, that means gifts for the big guys up front. Offensive line, tight ends, they're going to get a nice little bonus from their big-time runner. When did that become a thing, by the way, that the quarterback or running back gets gifts for the offensive line? I don't know. I can't go back and pinpoint it, but it's a great tradition, and it rewards those guys because they don't really get the attention that they deserve. We rarely call their names. It's a nice way for them to end their season. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world? No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup,
relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They're going to look to throw. And this is taken in at the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, as the first half is winding down. And the Giants have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start out with an AFC East matchup between Buffalo and the New York Jets. And it's the Bills who lead that one late in the second quarter. Josh Allen with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Jordan Love with a couple of touchdown tosses. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. John Mechie, a touchdown reception. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always...
Walker hitting the ball is out.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Walker. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the shotgun, it's Walker. That is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Running on first down is Cook, but he didn't find much there. Call it a gain of 3. Second down.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Back to throw. Walker looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Perry. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line. Looking to throw. Walker over the middle and complete to Shaheed. That'll give him 8 that time, and it's 3rd and 4 now. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection. I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay at a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
James Cook running back out now.
And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And complete right side to Cook. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try the wide side with Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Walker now. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd and 11. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. A handoff running left, Mixon. We'll get this up to about the 44.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Hyatt has got it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. A good pickup there of 22.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They go play action here on first down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Back to throw again. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
You want to see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset? This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown! Darren Waller, an 11-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Gano now to add the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by Darren Waller. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they
got his man complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give him 32 on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
To throw is Walker.
Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. Now Walker. Completes it to Perry.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back now here live in New Orleans.
And they go play action. Here's Walker.
It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
In motion right, Olave.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. In motion right, Olave. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Kayvon Thibodeau,
the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll try the middle with Cook. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Kayvon Thibodeau picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So here we go. A big spot now for Blake Grupe.
From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick here is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on deep.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Still going past the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
Extra point try good by Gano, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And Walker now to throw on first down.
Throw left side complete. That's Perry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Here's Walker. Olave holds it in.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
To throw is Walker. That's Olave bringing in another one.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Walker.
Touchdown, Saints.
Chris Olave.
A 9-yard touchdown ground.
And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Groupie able to add the PAT.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Saints 30.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Giant 1st down on a gain of 16.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
That's complete to Slayton. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a 1st down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looks like you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turn. And he'll go down at the 28.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw here.
And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete. 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. So decision time now because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
The Saints coming out now to take the field.
And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a 1-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete.
That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
He's got Slayton on the slant. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. He will push his way down to about the 14. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
They'll run again.
And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants.
Joe Mixon,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Giants look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Gano the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down by 15. Just over a minute, 40 to play. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. First down, Walker. That's caught by Johnson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. On 1st and 10, Walker. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation. Yeah. Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
A point after, good by Groupie.
As this gets them back within a touchdown and a two-point conversion. And this will be recovered by the Giants. And that ought to just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
In possession switching back to the New York Giants.
And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Giants, it's a fourth win of the campaign as they get to 4-10 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
It's Week 15 of the National Football League, and our focus is on Chase Claypool, who's topped the 1,300-yard mark receiving on the year. It's the Falcons and the Broncos, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they're hitting their stride. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap, Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Meanwhile, Fields still there, hauled in by Claypool. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Fields. And complete to Drake London. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down.
That's another Falcons first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On play action, Fields. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll bring a tight end in motion. They'll run with Robinson. And now a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taysom Hill, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly, but they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, but as you said, they got the win in that effort last week.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here's Wilson.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I have to say a very solid performance.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down, as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
Play action. Now Wilson.
And this one complete again to Mims.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just come right through them.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense.
Touchdown, Broncos! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Broncos respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Taking it right down Broadway. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
They begin the drive with Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 20 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'll have to do their best to keep him out of the end zone in this one.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Wilson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away.
He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
On 1st down, Fields.
And bringing it in, it's Davis. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Off play action, Fields.
Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Fields. Quick slant, finding Claypool.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Fields.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So a nice kick here as they're able to add on to their lead.
And That's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after during the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. There's Wilson to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After one, 17-7 is our score. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Taking it about the 36. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta regains possession of the football.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll get this quickly out to Claypool. The Falcons at 11-2 now. They've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. They're coming.
Touchdown, Falcons! Bijan Robinson,
38 yards.
and the Falcons are able to widen their advantage.
Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Bijan Robinson. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Now Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
To throw is Fields. Into the hands of London.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Fields now to throw. Throws right back to London. Complete again.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
From the gun, here's Fields.
Over the middle, complete. It's Davis. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 35-yard line.
Robinson up the middle.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Coup now for the point after.
And the lead is now 24. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 20-yard line.
Wilson now off the bootleg. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got his 6'5 receiver, that's Tim Patrick. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Wilson.
Short throw caught by Dulcich.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
In motion goes Patrick. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
And the Broncos 1st down.
Throwing is Wilson. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and a couple.
At the 39-yard line.
They go play action with Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
Isaiah Simmons
Came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Play action. It's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted.
picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
Fields throw there, taken in by Smith.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Out of the gun, Fields. That's caught left side, the tight end Pitts.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Fields throwing again. Looking for London on the out route, complete.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Fields on first down. He's got his man, London, right side.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Fields.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Falcons are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Robinson diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Coup for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards.
And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
A yard all they need, but it's third down. Wilson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule it out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Able to hit his target, Claypool. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start out with an AFC East matchup between Buffalo and the New York Jets. And it's the home team who are out in front. Josh Allen with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Jordan Love with a couple of touchdown tosses. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. John Mechie, a touchdown reception. It was the former Longhorn Bijan Robinson who was tough to stop in that first half. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground and added another on the receiving end for good measure. He was awesome.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And able to get this out to the 25. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Denver.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be taken at the 13. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Notre Dame man, Chase Claypool, in this offense, ready for their upcoming possession. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Robinson. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The tackle by Quay Walker. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Fair catch signal for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Off the draw, here's Williams. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
They'll start out here with the option left. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Asking them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. They go play action now. Wilson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. David Onyemata able to get him for a loss of about 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now Wilson.
Short throw caught by Dulcich.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
1st down, Broncos.
Up the middle, it's Williams.
And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
They run it again with Williams. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Now Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Got an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 3rd down, Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Tim Patrick from 8 yards out.
And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit.
And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is down to 24.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Falcons!
Bijan Robinson.
78 yards.
And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On second down, Wilson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Play action. Now Wilson. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Finding his big receiver Patrick over the middle. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page, because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And down inside the 15 he goes.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Wilson now off the bootleg. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. They'll send one of those 2 tight ends in motion. On 2nd down, Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Now it's Wilson.
That's to the pylon and incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Williams again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line.
What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
From his goal line here, Fields.
Caught right side, Davis. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
A give to Robinson on the option. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. 135 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
Here's Fields. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Robinson with another carry. Takes it to about the 37.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
14 yards there and a Falcon first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front. Say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Brings up second and 4.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
At the 38-yard line.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 5, second and 4. Robinson, he'll try the left side. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Robinson up the middle. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Robinson is into the end zone. It's a Falcons touchdown.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was Bijan Robinson who took it home with a touchdown run. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many people surprised at how this one turned out.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're such a good football team. They were at home. You know, you walked in and you looked at the advantages and you saw that they had most of them. It'd take a lot to try and even it up. I just thought 2 words for this ball game: methodical and predictable, and both of them came together.
So for Atlanta, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
It's Week 15.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This taken in at the goal line. Past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Well, in prep for this one, it was fun talking with the defensive staff because they had to review last week's game tapes where he threw for over 400 yards. And they started ho-humming that performance. And finally, you said he threw for over 400. That's got to be significant. That's why he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
They're going to be careful what they wish for ho-humming. He might do it again here in this one. The numbers for him from a week ago: 10 carries, 102 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync. And that bodes well this late in the season.
Hurts throw here, take it in as he's able to find Goddard. And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at their 48-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. Over the middle to Smith. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. And the Eagles at 11-2 now. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Levi Onwuzurike charging in and finishing off the sack. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. From the gun, it's Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Finally, an incompletion. He was 5 of 5 before that last throw to start this game.
So he is human. All right, so we found out after the way he began, okay, he can have an incompletion here or there. But I love what they've done right from the word go. They just need to pay it off with a touchdown now.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Washington. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Eagles! Terry McLaurin with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now
a 7-0 game.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's Goff.
Well, he short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the intended receiver on the play.
And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
You look at this Eagle defense.
Into this game, the ring number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks. And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now, this defense for the Lions, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle.
Touchdown! Dallas got it. 40 yards.
And the Eagles are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
The numbers for Johnston a week ago.
6 catches, 83 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line.
Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive.
Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week. You sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good winners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try to duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
On first down, Hurts.
It's caught. Smith. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room.
Still going.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith.
65 yards.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they were firmly in control of this game.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be.
It's caught inside the 25.
And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
A big play there for Detroit. 59 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Goff. Complete. It's Henry. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's Goff. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
It's Devontae Smith and the Eagles ready to go on offense.
Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You talk about this Lions defense.
They're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
This is taken at the 23. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Gibbs straight ahead. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to kick it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now back to throw.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Back to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards that time.
They'll run right here with Swift.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Touchdown, Eagles! Dallas Goedert with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half. What a 1st half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Elliott good on the extra point. And around his is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
From the gun, here's Goff. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one. It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
The partner's a former defensive back. I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
2nd down, here's Hurts. His short throw caught by Goddard. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
They'll look to throw again.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards that time.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
2nd and 1 now from the 21. They go play action with Hurts.
And it's caught. And he's brought down after a very nice game. 70th catch for him on the year. Like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Elliott is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. The tight end Henry here in motion.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That'll go as a pickup of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Goff. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Goff's throw into the hands of Henry here.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To throw on 2nd down is gone.
Pass hauled in by Johnston.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Goff throwing again.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line.
Goff. Short pass caught by Henry, and he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Goff.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air again. Goff.
Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
At the Eagles' 16-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Goff.
Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Here's Goff. And he wisely will throw that one away. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and it's the Bills with the lead in the second quarter. Josh Allen with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we're off to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And you can see there, it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Jordan Love with a couple of touchdown tosses. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. John Mechie, a touchdown reception. We just watched a fine first half out of the mobile quarterback. That's Jalen Hurts. He was nothing short of amazing, throwing 4 touchdown passes to help push his guys out to a sizable halftime lead.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll send the slot in motion left. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Goff. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
On 2nd down, Swift. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get him into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
That is caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. The partner still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the 4th quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Hurts' throw brought in by Brown. And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles 1st down as he'll be taken down at the 46. Throwing is Hurts. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
And we all know how talented this guy is, who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers. And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, Hurts. Complete. Smith has it.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
From the gun, here's Swift.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So here come the Lions now.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 5.
Back to throw, Goff.
He's got another one to Johnston.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Detroit.
Now a first down throw, Goff. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Goff.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
First down, Lions.
Going back to Gibbs on first down.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff.
The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And the Lions, first down.
They'll go again with Gibbs.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Goff.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Goff.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
That's some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Now a pass hauled in downfield.
Still going inside the 20.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
A.J. Brown, 84 yards. And the Eagles have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
With it is Brown. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Just a fantastic punt return of 80 yards. And the Eagles have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there have been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Detroit back in possession of the football. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up fourth.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun, because let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, but he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Cameron Sutton on the tackle. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
61 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps, because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Lions' 39-yard line.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. When you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we've been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
So out now come the Lions.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
To throw on second down is Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gibbs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Goff now looking to throw.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down, Lions.
Again, Goff.
Finds Gibbs on a check down.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Eagles' 37-yard line.
Goff.
He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 27-yard line.
And the Lions' first down.
To throw is Goff.
He gets it to Johnston.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
First and goal, Detroit.
They'll run with Gibbs.
He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Gibbs again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal.
Montgomery will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Wide receiver A.J. Brown. You see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give him a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
2nd and 7.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Goff on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Gibbs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
From the 31, here's second down and 2.
Here's Goff.
This pass down the field for Gibbs.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Now Goff. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So a change of possession here on the punt. The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. Now they'll fake it there on the jet sweep, and instead, here's Swift.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Once again, it's Swift.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
93 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Here now, third and a yard. They'll try and run here with Swift.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolute dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Philadelphia, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Lions, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.